Yo, what up, YouTube? That UK bloke here. Here with my very first reaction video. And I thought, as being a professional driver, or should I say semi-professional driver, I thought let's have a little look at some UK dashcam compilations and say what I think about people's driving. So as you can see, this is a video thumbnail that I'll be reacting to. It's UK dash cameras and it's compilation 51. Let's roll the intro. So, as I said, we will be having a little look at this compilation video of crashes. Already, right? So we've got a Golf that is on the wrong side of the road, and crashes into someone. Now, there can be many reasons for him being on the wrong side of the road. I don't think it was going too fast. Um, let's Yes, very nasty indeed. Completely their fault, obviously. Um, and yeah, I don't know why. Obviously, they were on the wrong side of the road. There's not much I can really say about it. It happens. Lack of attention. Like I say, don't think they were going too fast. Wind it back a bit, and we'll watch that one again in full. Yeah. So as I say, just literally wandered across the road. Lack of attention. That's all I can say about that one. Okay, so here we have a classic case of people not yielding and allowing people in. Go for a bit. So yeah, it's okay to beep, but the BMW driver simply, yeah, just really should have yielded, um, and not tried to jump the queue. There's no point. It's heavy traffic. Heavy traffic. So what's even worse here is that they've decided to stop. And why stop? In situations like this, yes, none of us are perfect. We all make dick moves sometimes. Um, I try not to. Um, but the BMW driver has just stopped here. Absolutely no point whatsoever. Should just, yeah, carry on driving. Made a mistake. That's all there is to it. Absolutely no need to get out of the car here. Absolutely no need.
Wow. Painful ego. That'd be wonderful, thank you.
I missed that. What was that? As a pigeon or something? That was quite funny. What's that again?
That'd be wonderful, thank you.
Yeah. Pigeon with a little bit of bread or something, dropped it all over the car. Absolutely no need to honk here. Okay, Robin Reliant, not the fastest car in the world. Pulling out. Did they pull out at the wrong time? Personally, the driver could have easily slowed down and let this person out. Not difficult to do. It's a hard one. Like sometimes when people make dick moves, you have to yield. You have to know when to yield. You have to be able to see that someone wants to pull out. One of the things that I do is I will quite happily, let's say for example, I can see ahead of me a car wanting to pull out and load of cars in front of me and I'm not quite caught up to traffic yet. I will happily slow down and flash them and let them out. Okay, that's not the situation here. And but I still have the view that the driver could have easily slowed down. The bib was definitely unnecessary. Did the Robin Reliant make a dick move? Yeah, possibly. Going on the other side of the road, though, they were probably confused, which is why they went over from the bibbing. Easy done, got a bit flustered with a bibbing. Yeah. And that's why you shouldn't always bib, because you can cause other people to make mistakes. I mean, I rarely bib, but I'll get onto that later. Okay, this is a crash for cash, surely. Stopping for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Um, there's not much you can do in a situation like this. Um, just ignore it. I've had it happen to me a few times, even on a motorway, where someone has completely come to a halt, and you're just like, "There's no need," and it's clear what it is. Just want to add that the driver did a very good job in stopping. Don't know if it'd be a 30 or a 40 there. So yeah, very good job. Right, couple of things on this one. Firstly, the crossing over of lanes is never a good move, right? And there's a couple of things here. So obviously the crossing of lanes, dick move, no need for it, whatever. Also, why overtake when you're coming off anyway? My guess is either these two are mates and they're racing, not racing, but but also a lot of people don't understand is just because you have a filter lane on a roundabout to go off left, that's here in the UK, you don't have to use it. There's nothing that says you can't go left on the roundabout in that first lane like you normally would. Or in this case, it would be the middle lane. There is a filter lane, there is the middle lane, and then obviously you have the lane on the right, which would be straight over or going off, I assume. But yeah, there's no excuse. No excuse for that. Yeah, so this is another one, and I've had this happen to me a few times. The only time I would overtake on moving traffic is one, if I know it's clear. Two, it's a big wide open road, and there's something like a in front of me. This van, the the cars are clearly moving. I would say near on the speed limit. They're all fairly spaced apart, and the blue transit or transit type van, I don't know what it was, is clearly overtaking above the speed limit on, a single lane carriageway, if you like. And, you know, we can clearly see that there's traffic oncoming. Yes, it's a wide open road, but there's no excuse for it. There's no excuse. If the traffic is moving and it's moving at the speed limit, just hold back, travel with the traffic. You don't make any time up. And we tested it. Me and a colleague tested it. Again, why would you do that? Clearly the camera has the right of way, and the Volvo has pulled out of a junction, which they really shouldn't need to stop at, by the way. I don't know how clear it is to see down, but he should have already been looking down for traffic on the joining. And then to cut across the lane without paying attention, see what's coming. Yeah, could have easily been an accident, and the camera did a really good job here to avoid an accident, although it wouldn't have been his fault, obviously. Okay, so on this one, I do not believe that anyone is really at fault. It's a tight bend. It's a narrow bend. Did you not cross the line? Yeah, of course. There's a single white line there saying you shouldn't cross. We've all done it. It's looks like a country road. Um, quiet road. So yeah, what can I say? Stuff like this happens. Not really anything bad, I don't think.
Ooh.
Come to the main camera for a minute. So there is a couple of things here, and actually I'm just going to play this a bit more because I've got a funny feeling they're going to go through that red light, which I've just spotted. Yeah, so okay, Corsa. We all make mistakes. We all make wrong turnings. We all get in the wrong lane. We can't help that. But when you do it, your best course of action is to just follow. You just follow where you're going. Wait till you get into the next road. Turn round. Get in the right lane and make sure you know where you're going. On the second thing on this, the camera, you could understand that maybe because they were too busy concentrating on a Corsa pulling out in front of them, they didn't see the red light change. But the red light had changed and they moved through it. Of course, understandable, but they should have spotted it like now, here, stopped. And as you can see, yeah, completely gone through without paying attention.
What? He's Gran to the front door. Imagine if we had these comments. What are you doing, mate?
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You just cut right in front of me. Yeah, but you went out.
I was indicating left and you were tailgating me. Fuck off.
Right, I'm going to rewind this. The Cammer is a really, what I'd consider a really bad driver. I'm going to rewind because we're going to walk through this bit by bit. So let's come back. So we're just on the previous video. Yeah.
Big one, man, up the window. What?
So the first thing here is the driver in front has slowed down and they put their left indicator on. Okay. They've missed the first turning, right? Okay, sometimes we all make that mistake. We indicate too early. You know, there's no right or wrong or when you should indicate, but you should give plenty of notice.
Gran to the front door. Imagine if we had these comments.
Right. So the car in front has now pulled out to the right. They are not fully over as if they're turning right. They have just pulled over to the right. There is nothing wrong with this. Yeah. The driver might be used to carrying a trailer. He might be used to carrying, you know, something on the back of his car, and he might be used to pulling out wide. You know, if you feel you need to pull out wide to make a turning, you pull out wide to make a turning. I mean, there's a lamppost there. You know, I'm not saying that what he did is correct, but you know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with what he's done. What I'd consider seriously wrong. So the camera, Jeremiah, we shall refer to as, has just not paid any attention, yeah, to the fact that he's had his indicator on, yeah, maybe too early, and he's just carrying on. Looks like he's gonna try and undercut him. When you're in a situation where you do not know what the driver in front is doing, you yield, you hold back, yeah, like clearly in this situation Jeremiah should have spotted that the guy doesn't, I wouldn't say doesn't know what his next maneuver is, but Jeremiah doesn't know what his next maneuver is. He's indicated, veered off to the right, yeah, to pull out wide, and but is making a left turn, yeah, and Jeremiah has not slowed down, has not done anything, and so it gets right up his backside, right up his backside, and what annoys me most is then Jeremiah has started mouthing off, and okay, I understand the beep, yeah, he probably felt that that person did something wrong, even though I feel that Jeremiah should have seen it and yielded. Drive on. There's no need to mouth off in this situation. No need. Like I said, we're not all perfect.
What are you doing, mate?
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You just cut right in front of me.
I turned left.
Yeah, but you went out.
I was indicating left, and you were tailgating me. Fuck off.
I absolutely love that response from the other driver, and he's right. Like, you don't know what other people are going to do on the road. You can only anticipate what they're going to do, and the moment they start doing something that isn't of the norm, you yield and you let them do whatever it is they want to do. Yeah, if they want to do a U-turn, and I've had it from taxi drivers doing a U-turn on a busy faulty road, and you're just like, there's a roundabout 2 yards up. Use a roundabout. I know it's a mini roundabout, but um, there we go. Like that sometimes when you drive.
Fucking.
Okay, lorry driver, blatant disregard for a red light. There would have been a red light. They don't look like temporary traffic lights. They look like permanent traffic lights. And this lorry driver has, yeah. I don't know if that's a foreign plate. Can't read it. But yeah, going. There's times when going for a red light might be okay. It's not the crime of the century, but if you've got time to stop and it's a red light, you stop. Yeah, I know it's late at night, but it's still no excuse. Wow, wow, wow. Back to the main camera here. Okay. So, clearly there's a traffic jam at the roundabout. And this driver has gone past, what I'm assuming has gone past traffic at the roundabout on the opposite side coming in to the traffic, and then come on the wrong side of the road. In this situation, I would have purposely sped up and blocked them. It's a wanky kind of thing to do, but what the driver has done has been more wanky. Yeah, it is rude, it is obnoxious. He's broken the law twice. Yeah, because there would have been bollards with arrows. Those arrows are law. As in, the arrows point to the side of the road you should be on. And you are supposed to be on that side of the road. You know, there's no law that says you have to drive on the right. Sorry, on the left on an open road. You like on the back roads in the UK, there's never any lines. And you can drive wherever you want on that road, in the middle, on the right, wherever. As long as if you see someone coming, you keep to the left. Now, this is a clearly marked road. And this driver has overtaken traffic leading into the roundabout, gone on the wrong side of the road, past the traffic. Now, he's going to get caught up at the previous roundabout anyway, because the traffic wasn't moving. There's nowhere to move. And like I say, I would have sped up and blocked him in there. Yeah. And I would have even pulled my car across. If that hit my car, hey, nice claim. Nice claim.
What? Why are you on the wrong side of the road? Why are you on the wrong side of the road? Do you know how to drive? Do you know how to drive?
Driver's totally arrogant as well. To me, people like this need their license revoked. And not only revoked, permanent ban. Yeah, like it sounds harsh, but you can't have that attitude on the road at all.
You idiot. What the fuck?
It's all comments.
Ooh, you have to rewind this a bit, I think. Just to see what actually happened there. Oh, here we are.
It's all comments.
Driver, sorry, cyclists completely in the wrong. One bus, yeah, bus in front of him doesn't know what's coming. He gives a hand signal. I don't know whether he's drunk or whatever, but kind of points to the traffic lights. It's just a bad move. I actually have a video on my phone of a couple of years ago when I was travelling in a 40, and a cyclist is in front of me. We're coming up to a mini roundabout. He gives no signal. His manoeuvre looks like he's going up onto the pathway. I've obviously slowed down for the roundabout, but you know I see him going, so I'm just I will. I started to speed up, and then as I started to speed up, because we're only flat little mini roundabouts, I could already see there was nothing coming. He decides to cross the road right in front of me, and he was lucky that I was paying attention. Otherwise, I would have hit him, and it would have been my fault for not paying attention, because that's how the law works here in the UK. And certainly in January, cyclists and pedestrians will get like priority, like over the road, meaning motorists don't, which means in court, if you hit them, you haven't got a leg to stand on. Another one where I'm going to have to rewind it. Yeah, we'll watch this play out, because obviously the cyclist has clearly gone for a red light, but I don't know where it was. Yeah, cyclists went for a red light. You know, just because you're a cyclist does not mean you can ignore rules of the road. Doesn't matter how you use the road, whether you're a cyclist, motorcyclist, lorry driver, car driver, whatever. You use the rules of the road. It's funny that the police were there, and I'm glad, and it looked like that they pulled over the cyclist, and that's right, because the cyclist has gone for a red light and almost got taken out. It does look like, I hope they pulled the cyclist over and not the car, because that was definitely the cyclist's fault.
71 steps on the Saturday, and I feel like with the number of festivals that happened over the weekend, there's probably someone out there who's done twice as much. So let me know. 81199 is the text number. At BBC R1 on Twitter is where to go.
Why reverse? Okay. Driver lost his load. It happens. Yeah. Yeah. Should have double checked it, but it happens. I've had it happen a few times. I've had a sheet of plywood go straight over the roof of my car. But why reverse? There's plenty of pathway here to pull up on and then walk and get that plywood, which, yes, I get it. You know, you're a pedestrian, you're then on the road, blah, blah, blah. Bursting in traffic. Complete no. He should have just pulled up on the side. He probably realised he lost his load. Guy bipped him to let him know. You know, he should have just let that driver go past and made an effort. Even if he just sat there with his hazards on and just left the hazards on with the car without pulling up on the path, would have been a lot better than, yeah, reversing down the road to pick up the load. You know, that's just going to confuse whoever.
Good morning, off to the food.
Another idiotic move where driver overtakes for absolutely no reason.
Two-way, mate. I said it's a two-way street, not one. I said
Alright, there was no need for the comment from the motorcyclist here. They're in like an industrial area. And yeah, the driver, yeah, just pulled in. He probably works there. He knows how quiet it is. Blah blah blah. But there was no need to make a comment. Just let him do what he's gonna do. You know, he's probably a bit confused by the cyclist coming out. To be honest, that happens. I've pulled into a side street before, and you meet head on with another car or something. You know, you just do your best to move out your way and let them through. Yeah.
it's a two-way street, mate, not one.
Again, another vehicle cutting across, and he didn't use the filter lane. You know, you don't have to, but there's no need to. Like, if you're really unsure where you're going, I mean, it looks like he knew where he was going, but just yield, sit behind the car. If you don't want to use the filter lane, don't use it. Not necessary to cut in front of somebody like that. Another transit. Can you see a theme happening here? And undertaking the bollard, which I'll show you. Let's go through a little bit. Right, the bollards that you can see there, those yellow things with the arrows, they are pointing to which side of the road you should be on. And he's undercut that to overtake someone on the wrong side of the road when it's clearly a red, clearly chevrons across the road. It's a no. There's no need, and I don't understand why he's overtaking when, you know, the road's pretty free. Everyone's moving at normal. He just wants to get somewhere like 2 seconds quicker. Yeah, becomes pointless.
Fucking hell, woman.
So you had a car there going right round the roundabout. You're allowed to. Didn't hear an indicator, but you know, does everyone use an indicator? They should, but not everyone does. It's one of those things. I think it's you know, we can all say, yeah, this should have happened and that, but none of us are perfect drivers. Again, someone not looking, paying attention to what's already there on the road. It's not difficult, and that Corsa, you could see it slowed down and it was like veering, you know, a bit. Yeah, never good.
What the fuck?
And again, someone not paying attention to what the hell they're doing. You got a full load. It's a 3 tonner or 3.5 tonner. Yeah. cuts across traffic. It's that is bad driving. And again, a driver needs their license revoked. They need permanently banning from the roads. You know, the driver did good, the camera did good to stop, and the lorry did shit. Bullshit. This happens. Yeah, motorcyclist this time did right to say something. No. Yeah, car driver needs to pay attention more.
What the fuck, man, you stupid.
How the hell did he not see that lorry? I need to rewind this. I need to have a look. Yeah, how do you not see that lorry? I mean, I know it's a bit of a hill, like it's on a brow of a hill. You're more likely to not see something going the other way. But yeah, very odd, and not, yeah, not paying attention. That's just something that happens, unfortunately. The roundabout was undergoing roadworks. Mercedes driver probably didn't realize that it was their lane that was going to be closed. Because I personally would have read that as the next, like the off road that would have had the lane closed, and not the roundabout. You know, sometimes you go into roadworks and it's really confusing, and you don't know where you should be, and it doesn't really matter where you are, you're still gonna, yeah, make traffic slow down. It's just one of them things, unfortunately. I have to laugh at this. The oncoming driver saw the deer or whatever it was, flashed, bust the other driver, thinking it was a good idea, but he blinded him in the same process. The camera, Stephen S, did a really good job to avoid that. Yeah, we all do things that yeah, you can't help, unfortunately. Was it good? No. Should have thought about it a bit more. Maybe honked, let them know, rather than flash the lights in the middle of the night. It would have been okay in the daytime if the sun was glaring and you couldn't see it. But, yeah, at night time, that's never a good idea. I think I'm going to have to rewind that a little bit. Wait, I think someone went through a red light. Hard to say, but someone definitely went for a red light on that. I don't know the road layout, so I couldn't tell you who had right of way. Not good. Never good. Never good when someone ignores a red light. Especially if it's been red for a few seconds. Someone on the wrong side of the road. They're either confused from a foreign country. I've dealt with it before on a busy road as well, coming up to a roundabout and someone pulling in, and you're just like, you know, signposts are pretty clear in the UK. We have a good like safety record with regard to driving in general, and that's because our roads are really well marked. Lines everywhere, signs everywhere, bollards everywhere. The only time it's not is when roadworks happen. Silly mistake. Silly mistake. There was absolutely no need for this accident to happen. Guessing there was some damage here. It looked like there was. Yeah, so didn't show the damage, but in situations like that, again, just yield, just let them go. They've made a bit of a silly move, but we all do it, and you know, you can't help that. We are human. You should know by now what I think of this. No need, and even push the van off the road to do it. I mean, the safer way to have done that would have been to go down into the lay-by. But why would you? Traffic's moving absolutely fine. Absolutely no need. No need whatsoever to overtake when the traffic is moving. Okay. I am guessing that this driver in this VW has undercut this central reservation to turn into the lane that the turn into the road that the driver's pulling out of, because he doesn't want to go down to the end and turn around and come back. Another driver who needs their license revoked. Yeah, I get it. Like, if you know, oh, your wife is dying, yeah, gotta get home quick. Maybe understandable, but you know, in general, no, there's no excuse when the markings are clear, and all for the sake of 2 minute drive, maybe to turn around and come back up the road. Yeah, absolutely no point. And again, we have another car cutting across another car to use a filter lane. Said it before. No need for it. And there's absolutely no reason on this one for sure why they couldn't have just used the lane that they were already in. Wouldn't have caused any issues whatsoever. not much I can really say. I don't know how long they've been sat at those traffic lights. They might not be working. It does happen. What, you're going to sit there forever? No. Yeah, not really much I can say on that. I don't know enough. Two things here, right? Yes, the driver should have waited or stopped at the pedestrian crossing to let the pedestrian go. But if you actually watch the video, the pedestrian just walks across. They're completely oblivious to any traffic. They've got their headphones in, not paying any attention to any of the traffic. Obviously, like I say, UK law would have seen that as a driver error, because they should have stopped, and they should have stopped. I mean, you know, it's not like she wasn't able to be seen, but I do think that the pedestrian should have stopped, looked up, put the attention of everybody, made sure they stopped before crossing, rather than just bowling across the road like no care in the world. So what we have here again is a transit van. Transit, yeah, I think it is a transit. Overtaking to get down. Should have been able to spot the car. I spotted the car coming up and coming up the road already. Like, if you're going to make that maneuver, and there's nothing wrong with it, like, I'm not going to say what he did was a bad thing, but you should have already seen that car coming. There was a clear part where you could have seen that car coming before making the maneuver. And if you see the car coming, you don't make the maneuver because you know you're going to block them. You don't know which way they're going to go. You can't you can't just assume that they're coming to the end of the road and going to wait for you when they can already see that there's traffic there and nothing coming. So yeah, I guess it's just one of those, I suppose. You just hold back. You just let it happen, unfortunately. What a waste of a good car. Again, another driver not paying attention to what's already coming, just assuming. Right, folks, that's it for my first reaction. It's quite a long one, I guess. Only for a 10-minute video, but I thought I'd put my piece in, being a professional driver. If you like this video or like this type of content, give it a thumbs up as always. Let me know in the comments down below of any of those and whether you think I was wrong in my judgments. Of course, link to the original video is in the description, so if you want to watch that and then come back and see what I say, obviously do that. But yeah, comment below, because you know, like I say, I'm not the perfect driver. I don't think anyone is. We all make mistakes. It's quite easy to get flustered, frustrated when you're out driving. I always try to take a relaxed approach when I drive. You know, I keep up with traffic. I yield when I see something happening that I'm unsure, like, you know, I'm not sure. You know, I unfortunately do pull out in front of people on a roundabout when they're indicating and not realise that is just the nature of driving. You know, in those situations, I will speed up and try to get out of their way as quick as possible. Or if I haven't gone too far, I will slam on my brakes. And like I say, thumbs up, comment, give it a subscribe. Give me a subscribe if you like this content, and I will catch you later.